Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about my scooter, my Swagtron Swagger 5. Swaggest scooter in the Swagtron world. Yeah, this scooter, Swagtron Swagger 5, I purchased it in May of this year. I think it was just released. I didn't buy it because it was just announced, but I bought it because I needed something to take me from the last mile of my job. So for example, my job, in order for me to get to work, I have to walk quite a few miles just to get to work, and it's just not convenient. So what I did is I was looking into scooters and different things. I was looking at Ninebot, I was looking at Segway brand, and I didn't want something too bulky, I didn't want something too small, and I didn't want something too flimsy that couldn't hold my weight. And I weigh around 320 pounds, give or take. So I needed something big to hold my weight, but not too big to overwhelm me, carrying it around to work and, through the people all over the place. So I went with, I saw the one from Swagtron, the Swagger 5. I bought it. I saw this one video about this one guy. He's really light, so that's what kind of worried me, is that it's not going to hold my weight, or it's not going to perform to, my standards. So I bought it. I got it shipped. Unfortunately, when I got it shipped, the shipment was horrible. The scooter was, the parts that were supposed to be attached from the manufacturer were loose in the scooter, and there was a tear in one of the cords that was for the brake light to the back from the actual brake handle. I immediately contacted them. At this time, I was already starting to use the scooter on a daily basis. I was taking it to work, and it made my commute, instead of having to take 45 minutes just to get to my car, and now it's taking me 10 minutes to 15 minutes to get to my car so I can drive home, which was great. So I was using it daily. I used it so much that now I feel like it's a necessity for the place that I work for. Because I work at the airport, a lot of the parking lots for employees are pretty far. Really far. Like, I want to say at least 3 to 4 miles far. And now that I got it, I started using it. I started thinking back, it's like, man, if I send it back to the manufacturer because of the cuts and things, they approve the return, I'm gonna have to wait maybe 3 weeks, and then on top of that, they didn't even have them in stock. So I knew I was gonna have to wait a very long time. I kept the scooter. I sent them an email back telling them that I managed to fix the kickstand, which was not attached properly. So I attached it, and the cut cord, it wasn't cut all the way through, it just had a slice on the cord. What I did was just I put black tape on it so it could hold it. So that's what happened to the scooter. But I've been using it daily now since May. It's already October 17th today. I've been using it daily, driving it at least a total of 4 miles per day to work and then to come back. Because I am a big person, the battery does not last as long as it should. But like I said, it's because of my weight. That's why the battery doesn't last long. It's supposed to last 11 miles. I probably would get a most out of it is maybe 4 miles tops. I've gone through the battery. If I'm pretty light on the throttle, I can go maybe 5 miles. But because I am a big person, I have to press it all the way down for it to carry me a constant speed. So the battery doesn't last that long, for me at least. Now, another thing is the charger cable is really short. That's the only thing that I don't like as far as charging it, is that I have to have it really close to the outlet, or else I won't be able to charge it. Not only that, the charger cord is kind of flimsy. I had it charging at work, and I guess one of my coworkers tripped on it and he snapped the connector off, but I was able to reattach it with some crazy. So that was kind of unfortunate. I wish it was a little bit stronger to charge the scooter. But other than that, that was great. The charging is no issues. It takes around 3 hours for a full charge, sometimes even shorter, depending on how long I use it. So if I used it and I didn't travel that far, the battery, charges right away within maybe an hour. But because I use it almost full battery each time I'm going to my car to work, it takes maybe 3 to 4 hours. So as far as being a last mile device, it's great. The only other issue I've had with it is that my rear tire popped. It didn't pop per se, but it deflated. And I'm thinking maybe I ran over a piece of glass or maybe a nail that I didn't see, and it just pricked my inner tube and it started leaking. But I easily fixed that issue with slime. I went to Walmart and picked up a bottle of $5 slime, and it worked. Sealed it back up, pumped it back in. I go with the maximum pressure. The reason I go with the maximum pressure for tires is because I am a big person, and if I hit a bump, I don't want to pinch that tube and then ruin the tube. Scooter is quite waterproof. I've driven it in the rain, even though you probably shouldn't. In this case, I had to because I had no idea it was going to rain. I was headed to work. I was at the midday, 8 hours into work. At the 8 hours, it started raining outside like crazy. Lightning, thunder, it was kind of crazy. So I had to ride it to my car. I kind of taped the top of the panel where the power button is at, just to make sure that no water gets in that area. So I taped it up, and that seemed to work. And then I taped the front end battery case just in case to deflect water off. I knew the water wasn't going to enter through the sun, so that was pretty cool. And it worked fine. I drove it all the way from work to my car without any issues in the rain. The tires are pretty grippy on the ground, but I would still be, aware that that thing can slide really easily. But you got to be careful with that. The actual deck of the scooter for me is kind of small. I wish it was a little bit larger. Well, I wear a size 12 shoe, so it's not going to be, I'm not going to have the most space, I know that, but I wish it was just a little bit bigger. It feels more like a teenage scooter, somebody with a size 8 or a size 7 shoe. But I still managed to use it. I still managed to, to ride it, even though I have hardly any foot space. But, I'm able to stand on it sideways and keep my knees bent so I can absorb some of the shocks from the ground. That's another thing. Since this scooter does not have any suspension, it is very hard on your knees, on your feet, and on your hands. So that's something to be aware of. When you're riding these things, they're not the most comfortable things to be riding on. Another thing that I want to point out with this scooter is that the screws on the scooter become loose over time because of that roughness on the road. So when you hit bumps and stuff, the screws automatically get loosened, and as you're pulling and moving around, maneuvering the scooter, all the screws can become loose. So you have to really maintain, if you're going to be using this daily, you have to really maintain those screws, and you have to tighten them up whenever you can. You don't want to run the risk of you scooting around and the screw falls out, and then you're SOL on the screw. So just keep that in mind. Check for screws, check your brakes. I had to adjust my brakes about maybe 3 times now. The brake pads do kind of wear down pretty quickly, so just to make sure, adjust your brake pads frequently so you don't bend the disc for your brake. Another thing I don't like about it is the brake cable is really, it's tough, which is great, but the thing is that it's so tough that it pulls the little rubber pieces, or the silicone pieces that hold it in place within the tube. So the silicone pieces that are in there are actually ripping apart. because it's so tough. As soon as you move it and it tries to reset itself, it'll pull that silicone piece off, and next thing you know, you got your cables rubbing against the metal. So you need to be real careful with that. That's one thing that you should be aware about. So what is my overall experience with the scooter? My overall experience is great as far as it taking me from my car to my work, come in really handy with those aspects of getting home quicker. So I love the scooter. Now you just got to keep that in mind. Keep your tools ready, carry some tools with you, keep a foot pump in your car just in case that tire deflates on you. Add some slime beforehand, and I think you would have a fantastic scooter. Now, as far as Swagtron goes, I like the fact that Swagtron was wanting to replace my scooter. Thank you guys. I know that I didn't send it back, but I just want to thank you guys. I'm going to be putting a link in the description below so you guys can get it from Swagtron themselves. I believe they offer you or $10 off if you use my link down below. But I'll put it down there. I'll put a link also for Amazon if you like purchasing stuff from Amazon. So I'll put it there. So yeah, I think that's about it. The only thing I have to be concerned about is the parts. I haven't seen the parts on their website yet, but I'm pretty sure as I put out this video, I'm sure they're probably gonna have them out. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope you found it interesting, and hope it gave you an insight of how this scooter works. I'm gonna put some shots here that I've recorded previously of me riding it around, so you guys can see the scooter in action. So again, guys, you guys have a great day. I will talk to you guys on the next video. If you guys like it, hit that thumbs up button. If you love my channel, subscribe to it. I try to do as many videos as I can. I'm trying to get in the mix of things. So again, guys, thank you guys for watching. Peace.
Look at that! It's a camera!
Did you stop recording? Oh.